So, like perimeter, area can also have composites. And composite area is going to use the same kind of figures that you use for composite perimeters, except we want to find the amount of how much space it occupies on a two-dimensional level. So let's look at these. So what we have to recognize when we do these is kind of what the shapes are and what we have going on, and you have to use a little bit of inferencing. So these can be a little tricky. So the first thing you got to figure out here is we've got this right here. We've got this rectangle. So if I look at that rectangle and I try to find the area of that rectangle, this is its length right here. So its length is 5.2 centimeters. And be careful, because this 8.0 centimeters is for this whole thing. All right, it's not just for up to here, because it's not for up to there. It's for the whole thing. So that's why we got to make sure we use the 5.2. And then the width is 3.5. So you've got these two measures, and so let's figure that out. So 5.2 and 3.5. I'm saying that for myself so I don't forget. 5.2 times 3.5 equals 18.2. All right, we'll go back to our 18.2 square centimeters. So that's this part right here. Now, if I want to find what this is right here, the area inside this triangle, I have to say to myself, okay, I got to figure out what the area of the triangle is. Well, I know the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Okay, so I don't have the base. I do know the height, believe it or not. The height is the same as that side length over there, right? So the height is 3.5. So I know part of it now. So I know that I'm going to leave this blank. And I know that I'm going to have 3.5 for my height. Now for my base, what I do know is I know how long this part right here is. And I know how long this whole part here is. So if I subtract this from this, I should be able to figure out what that is. So if I take 8, I subtract 5.2 from it. 10 minus 2 is 8. You had to take 1 from there, so you get 2.8. So my base is 2.8 centimeters. All right, and then I have my two numbers I need. I have 2.8 and 3.5, and then I'm going to multiply that by 1/2, which is the same as dividing by 2. So 2.8 times 3.5. 2.8 times 3.5 gives me 9.8. Let's divide that by 2. That gives me 4.9. So I get 4.9. Let's put the centimeters in there. Centimeters squared. So now I'm just going to add up what I know. And I know that my total area, and I'm going to put area T, right, is going to be equal to the area of my rectangle plus the area of my triangle. I'll make that TR. All right. So, and we'll make this TO. Okay, so the area of my rectangle was 18.2 centimeters squared. And then the area of my triangle was 4.9 centimeters squared. And you just add them up. So you say 18.2 plus 4.9. Well, 18 plus 4 is 22. And then 0.2 plus 0.9 is 1.1. So I would have 23.1 if I add them all up. Squared centimeters, and that is my total area of this entire composite shape. All right, let's take a look at another one. All right, so find the area of this figure. Sides meet at right angles. This is a kind of a typical problem, what you're going to see on Alex. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this up into a couple of different figures so that I can just figure out what those figures are. So what I usually do is I go for the easiest one. And I think the easiest one on this one, because they don't really give you anything here, they do give you this, is I think just making this one right here. So let's do that, all right? So what I know about this is I know this side is 5 right here, which means this is 5. And if this whole side right here is 10, and this is 5, that means this has to be 5. So basically what I've got here is I've got a square. So for my red part, right, I've got 5 times 5. So I've got 25. Don't worry about the units because they're all going to be the same. All right, now let's use purple. All right, and let's do this bit right here. And I know that this is a rectangle that is 5. Actually, not this 5. It's this 5. 5 by 2. Right? So for this part right here, that is equal to 5. Man, this thing just does some really strange things sometimes. 5 times 2, which equals 10. And then you just add them up, right? You just say, okay, well, I'm going to do 25 plus 10 is equal to 35. And so it'll be 35, and then my units would be square inches because we are talking about area. And that kind of makes sense. Another way you could do this if you wanted to is you could do 5 by 10 and just do like this whole thing and then just figure out what this missing area is. And that's by subtraction. Maybe we'll look at another one like that at some point. All right, training field is formed by joining a rectangle and 2 semicircles as shown below. This kind of looks a little like a hockey rink. The rectangle is 94 meters long and 74 meters wide. All right, so that's this bit right here. Okay, find the area of the training field. All right, so they want us to use 3.14 for pi instead of pi, the whole thing, and do not round your answer. All right, so in order to figure out the area of the purple, right, the purple area, it's a rectangle, so we're just going to do our length times our width. So it's just 94 times 74. All right, if we do that, 94 times 74 is 6956. So that gives me 6956 square meters. And then I hope you recognize that if you take this and you take this, they make a full circle, right? So the area of this whole thing is going to be equal to pi r squared. Okay, because it makes a full circle. So in order to do that, then we're going to take pi, which is 3.14, and then we're going to figure out what r is. Well, the diameter of that circle would be 74. I know the diameter is 74. So the radius would just be 74 divided by 2. And if you divide 74 by 2, you would get 37. All right? So you have 37 squared. All right, let's see what that is. So 37 squared times 3.14. 37 squared times 3.14. We're not rounding it. So 3298.66. 3298.66. And then all you do is you just add up your numbers. So you have 6956 plus 3298.66 equals, so 6956. Did I completely write that down wrong? That is amazing. 37 squared times 3.14. I didn't even get that close. It's 4298. That's pretty funny. All right, so let's fix that. So why didn't you guys tell me? So 4298, and then we'll fix it right here. Okay. Here I thought I was being all clever. All right, 4298.66, and then we're going to add 6956 to that. Plus 6956, which equals 11,254.66, and then our unit would be in square meters. So hope that makes a little bit of sense to you. These aren't complicated problems. I'm having some issues with switching back and forth to the calculator, but hopefully you'll have a calculator right with you when you do it. So good luck with these, and yeah, good working with you.